Snubbed? The moment a guest list allegedly turned into a public statement. Tell us in the comments where you're watching from. In today's commentary, I'm breaking down a wave of online discussion surrounding the 2026 TIME 100 Gala in New York City, one of the most tightly controlled and highly visible events on the celebrity calendar. This isn't just another red carpet. It's a curated list of influence, where every name is a signal and every absence gets noticed. The gala itself is built around prestige. The 20th anniversary edition featured global leaders, entertainers, athletes, and cultural figures all gathered under one roof at Jazz at Lincoln Center. When a list like that is finalized, inclusion is often seen as recognition. Exclusion, on the other hand, becomes its own kind of message. And according to circulating claims online, Meghan Markle's name being absent from the guest list has sparked exactly that kind of interpretation. Some discussions suggest she expected an invitation. Others argue there was never any indication she was in consideration at all. But the narrative that's gaining traction online is sharper, that her absence wasn't accidental, but intentional. That's where the alleged quote comes in. "She is not worthy of appearing on our red carpet." Now, pause. Because that line has been widely shared across social platforms, but there is no verified source confirming it was ever officially said by TIME organizers. Still, its circulation has fueled the conversation far more than any formal statement could. And that's the reality of modern celebrity narratives. Sometimes the quote matters less than the reaction it creates. Because once the idea of a snub enters the conversation, it stops being about logistics and becomes about status. Meghan Markle, a globally recognized public figure, has long operated in a space where visibility is constant, but invitation is selective. That tension alone makes stories like this spread quickly, even without confirmation. Online reactions split immediately. Some users frame it as simple event curation. The TIME 100 list is limited, exclusive, and based on specific honoree criteria. Not everyone can or should be included. Others interpret it differently, suggesting it reflects shifting industry sentiment or changing relevance in elite cultural spaces. And that's where the debate intensifies. Because exclusion from an event like this isn't neutral in public perception. It becomes symbolic. A narrative point. A signal people attach meaning to, even when the reality is far more procedural. Meanwhile, discussions around the gala itself continued to dominate headlines. From Jennie Kim's high-fashion appearance to global political figures and entertainment leaders, the event remained one of the most talked-about cultural moments of the year, which only amplifies the contrast. Presence versus absence. Recognition versus omission. Invitation versus exclusion. And in that contrast, the story grows. Some online commentary suggests frustration from Meghan supporters, arguing that she has previously been positioned in similar high-profile cultural spaces and should have been included. Others counter that the TIME 100 selection process is not based on expectation, but editorial decision-making. Both perspectives feed the same cycle. Attention. Because whether someone is on the list or off it, the conversation still circles their name. And that, in itself, is part of modern influence. The alleged snub narrative, whether accurate or exaggerated, highlights something deeper about public perception. Visibility doesn't guarantee acceptance. And recognition in one space doesn't automatically transfer to another. But once a narrative forms, it rarely stays contained. It gets shared, reframed, amplified, and suddenly, an absence becomes louder than an appearance. So what remains here is not a confirmed rejection, but a public interpretation of exclusion. A name not on a list. A quote circulating without verification. And a conversation that grows regardless of official clarity. Because in the world of celebrity culture, silence is never really silent. It gets filled with speculation. And speculation travels faster than facts ever do. Sometimes the most powerful headline isn't who showed up, it's who didn't. If you thought that was wild, hit subscribe and drop a comment below. Wait till you see what was caught off camera.